You in this battle, man, I'll soon be dead. I'll glue your face to my dick so I can fuck with your head. I got metaphors coming through my pores. You probably never been in a battle before, so I hope you realize your mistake. There ain't no party, got some candles, this will be a piece of cake.
Folks, welcome to the Before Hours podcast, an internet radio phenomenon hosted by an occasional morning person. I ask the most interesting people I know about their sleep, their routine, life, love, stress, setbacks, whatever else comes to mind. If you want to write to us, say something to me or one of our guests, ask a question, tell us what your morning routine is, you may do so by writing to us. Our email is it's not at the Before Hours podcast. It's the Before Hours podcast at gmail.com. Tell us whatever you want. But for now, we got a comedian, a friend. I'm going to go ahead and say it. A funny person. Malia Simon. How you doing, Malia?
I'm great. How are you,
I'm
Bobby?
decently average, dude. Actually, I'm a little scatterbrained, as I told you off mic.
You did tell me.
I already told you, so now this is for the benefit of Connor, who's recording, and the audience, is that I was in such a rush to eat before I got here that I left my debit card in the little debit card machine and then promptly walked to my table, allowing anybody at the...
But nobody took it.
No one took it, dude.
And you were at Chipotle?
I was at Chipotle.
Yeah, nobody probably noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's my favorite fast casual restaurant, I'm going to go ahead and say.
It's Chipotle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's fast casual that's like fast food, but like less bad.
Yeah, I don't know. Fast casual to me is not fast food, but also you don't have a waiter or a waitress.
Okay, so that would include like Chipotle, Baja Fresh. Do they still have Baja Fresh?
When you said Baja Fresh, my mind went to Baja Blast.
Oh, that's different.
That is different.
Did you know Baja Fresh?
I don't think that I do.
Really?
No.
Can I ask Jamie? Can I?
Jamie,
pull that
can you
up.
pull up Baja Fresh, please? No, I have no idea. Is it? Wait, where are you from, Leah?
California.
Is it a West Coast thing?
Maybe. I actually haven't seen it in New York. Now that you say that, it's like because we have a lot of Mexican food in California, so it's like they need more fast food Mexican food for the white people.
Oh yeah.
So it's like it is fast food, but it's like, but I think their whole thing is like we're gonna be the healthy one. Like I remember because I have these core memories because I used to go there as a kid. And like they have this banister in the restaurant and they say like, no, this, like, no, you know how I think Five Guys maybe does that too, where they're like, no, this oil and that oil. And you're like, I've never even heard of that oil. You know? They're like, no microwaves. I remember they say.
No microwaves.
Yeah. But it's like, I wasn't even thinking that you would use a microwave until you fucking said that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like no people that spit in your food. You're
yeah,
like,
exactly.
well,
Yeah. We won't be pissing in your nachos. We promise.
Dude, I would hate it if someone pissed in my nachos without expressly asking me first.
Yeah, maybe if they asked.
Yikes, dude. Have you ever worked in the restaurant industry?
No.
No, I did I think that was my first job, actually. I worked at a cafe when I was 14.
Really?
My parents were psychos and made me get a job when I was 14.
Yeah, that is. They're like trying to teach you the work ethic type of parents.
And it worked. I am a very hard worker, but it would have been nice to have like 2 more years of childhood. You know what I mean?
14 is so young.
Yeah. It was this thing where in New York State, you had to, you could only work, most people won't hire anybody that's 14 or 15 in New York State because it's like such a pain in the ass because you can only give them like X amount of hours a week and they have to go on break, because they are
pesky
children.
Child labor laws.
I know, dude. If it was a red state, we wouldn't have to worry about this. So I when I was 16, I was a busboy in a restaurant, and I always told myself if a customer pissed me off, I would spit in their food, but I never did it.
Yeah.
Because to me, food is sacred.
You sound like you're in a commercial.
Yeah. It could be
that should be a Subway commercial.
Food is sacred.
Yeah, we don't spit in your food. Because to us, food is sacred.
This is
You're
oddly
like,
serious.
Thanks, I guess.
We should have an indigenous American say that.
They should with a gun to their head.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, cool. So never worked in a restaurant. What is your first job?
I worked I babysat when I was in college.
Mhm.
And then I worked at a school for like autistic kids, basically.
I used to do that too.
Really?
Yeah, you were a TA?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, me too.
Where did you work?
It was in Well, it was part of Bosse's in Rockland County, New York.
Oh, Rockland. That's where my extended family's from.
Yeah.
It's from Rockland.
Yeah, because I'm from Orange County, New York, which is right above Rockland.
Oh, there's Orange County, California, too.
I know. Orange County,
Yeah.
New York, less beaches, more heroin.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
There's probably heroin in Orange County, California as well.
Yeah. It's real. If anybody is struggling with drug addiction, please subscribe to the podcast before you die. Okay. So that was because when you were a TA for special needs kids, did
Yeah.
you get bit?
No, but I witnessed the head teacher getting bitten
Jeez.
while I was in there.
Because they were like high octane disabled, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. The school that I worked at was the last resort. Like,
Yeah, mine
it was
too.
really,
Mhm.
yeah. So how long did you work there?
For a year, I put myself through paralegal school while I was working there.
Whoa.
So I think that's why I didn't struggle as much as some people struggle, because there was a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and this sounds weird because it sounds like I'm tooting my own horn, but it requires you to be vigilant, compassionate, hardworking, and I got paid $19,000 a year to do it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably about what I made.
Mhm.
It's so shitty because it's the hardest job and the worst paid.
Mhm.
And I think I only lasted a month, maybe 2 months.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Were you
I think
like
2 months.
this is too
I
difficult?
Yeah,
or-
I would like cry. Like I would go home and I couldn't do comedy because I was so exhausted.
Mhm.
Because I thought because it was a part-time job, it was like 8 to 3.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, that'll be perfect for comedy. But I would go home and I would eat and I would like sleep and cry, like because I couldn't
Mhm.
do
Live,
it.
laugh, love, eat, sleep, cry.
Yeah. And then I would literally like come Sunday night when I was gonna have to go back to school again. I would like have a like fucking meltdown. Like I couldn't. It was so fucking stressful.
Yeah.
It's like it's not like there were actually kids that like I kind of loved, but
Mhm.
like I just couldn't. Like I don't know how anybody like handles that environment.
Mhm. For as like a career.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had
And you make nothing too, like you said.
dude, no,
Yeah.
I think the I was making 19 to 20,000 a year, and I think like the teacher that I worked for, I think made 40,000. Which at the time when I was 25,
That's
I was
still
like,
really
that's,
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the time I was like 40,000, that's so much. And now, now I live in New York City and I'm like, that's poverty.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why the teachers suck because
Mm-hmm.
they're all so depressed and they don't. There's like a couple gems, but like most of them are just so like at the end of the rope, you know?
It was, yeah, I agree with that. I think it was either like a bunch of it was either you were Mother Teresa or like
Yeah.
sort of nobody else wanted you.
Yeah. I remember like somebody actually brought a gun to school while I was like the 2 months that I was there.
Uh-huh.
And like we did like everybody evacuated. It wasn't like he was firing at people, but like he had it in his bag and he was
A
like
student.
Yeah, a student.
Okay.
Because it was like it went from like K through high school.
Uh-huh.
So it was like a high school student brought a gun.
Okay.
And
That's pretty cool.
and everyone was like, so we all had to evacuate and shit. And like there was this meeting, so they held like this meeting after the whole thing happened, but it was like fucking like 3 hours long.
Uh-huh.
And like I remember everyone was like you know how you have to like debrief, and
Yeah.
everyone was like, well, I think that maybe if we added this to the handbook and whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, can we just go home?
Yeah.
Like, I remember me and this other guy were like just looking at each other, like this one other guy where we were both like, what the fuck are we doing here? And we just like, as soon as we could leave, we just immediately clocked out, and we both kind of like laughed because I was like, this is not helping. Like,
Yeah, that's someone brought a gun. Hey, college students, how do you think we solve this? Yeah, that's wild. Damn, did he get expelled, the kid?
yeah, I think I don't know. Yeah, he got expelled, I think.
Dude,
Yeah.
yikes. But did we ever find out what his intention was? Because I do
don't think- yeah.
that he probably was like, look at this gun.
Yeah, it wasn't, I don't think he actually had any intention on of shooting. He was kind of like, I think he was like scared and kind of paranoid, and he thought that people were like out to get him.
Oh,
kind of.
geez.
Yeah, so it was really sad, honestly, but that just what bothered me was like there's something about like the school environment that's like people act like high schoolers, like even the teachers. Like they were like they love to like chit chat about everything, you know?
Oh, the
like
whispering.
yeah,
Yeah, people are always whispering.
yeah, and it always feels like I don't know. I always like had just the vague sense that people were like gossiping, like even the people who worked there, you know.
100%. Yeah, I think something about that desk attached to a chair thing makes everybody have to have little chit chats.
Yeah, because it makes you.
Maybe. I can't believe you have I worked at a school for special needs student and someone brought a gun, because I also have a story like that.
Someone brought a gun at your school?
Yeah.
Really?
This is the most American podcast
we are
ever.
in America.
Yeah. It was, you know what's fucked up? It wasn't a student. It was a teacher.
What?
Or a teacher's assistant. So like
Was
an
it you?
adult. It wasn't me. No, it wasn't. They won't let me have a gun, Malia. But yeah, it was same thing. We all had to like, we thought it was a fire drill for a second. They pretty much like got us all out of the out of the room, and then there was like, you know, some whispering about like what happened, and it could be anything because there, you know, there's who knows what could happen, and we learned later on the news, like that night on the news. That's how we learned.
Was it
about
somebody was intending to shoot?
No, it was a woman who, I think the story goes, it was her boyfriend or husband insisted, you know, because he's like, there's a lot of school shootings, so like you should be strapped. So she had the gun. First of all, it was found because she just put her bag in the closet, and I guess her bag was open and the gun was just there. So another teacher like saw it, and I'm like, not that it's like rational in any sense to like bring a gun to school.
Well, there's so many things wrong with that.
Dude, I'm like, a kid could have found that. You know what I mean?
So that's really the story behind it, is that or are you sure that's not just the story that they're saying?
Well, I know that she wasn't, I mean, she was charged with something, but nothing with like intention to do harm.
Okay, yeah.
I think it was all like, there's a lot of gross negligence, you know?
Right.
And that type
Yeah.
of negligence, I think, is pretty gross. Bring a gun to school. But can we clip that, Connor? That was pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's a believable story. I get what you're saying, because it's also the most what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's the story that gets you in the least amount of trouble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well, but I thought that other people would
Yeah,
have
I thought
guns.
that's what they. Yeah, I thought everybody was bringing gun. What, we're not all strapped? You
Yeah.
guys are just coming to school. This was before Uvalde, though. I feel like after Uvalde, people be like, I see where she's coming from.
Yeah. Did you have when you were in your high school? Did you have teachers who like fucked the kids, the students?
I don't think so. I definitely wasn't fucking any of the high school girls, but
No, I'm yeah, but the men were.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe that was
Because
maybe that
my
was
high
no
school,
problem.
like, I'm from a small town, so it's a little trashy. But
Okay.
my high school, there were several cases of teachers who fucked the kid.
Oh, goodness.
The student. I need to stop saying "fuck the kids," but
Mhm.
I guess they technically, some of them were under 18. But
And even if they are 18, it's like,
they're still kids.
it's not the it's the letter of the law, not the spirit of the law.
That thing, yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. We're great people.
Yes. So you have several stories like this.
You don't have any from your high school?
I don't believe so, unless I'm in the dark.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that everybody did, because we had, shout out Arroyo Grande High School. We had.
If you're a horny teenage girl, you should go to that school.
Yeah. Nothing bad will happen. Only just you'll unpack it years later.
Yeah,
you know.
years later.
But there was one who was a female teacher.
Okay.
Put your cock away, Bobby. A female teacher. She was the cooking teacher, and everyone was like, "Oh, she's so hot." I thought, yeah, she was like the hot teacher, and she went to prison for having sex. I think she gave a blowjob to one of the student. He was like a football player, or he was like a wrestler.
Okay.
And they would like they had this kind of special relationship that everyone was like, are they fucking? And then it turns out they were. And then there's also these are rumors, but I kind of know they're true.
They're true rumors.
They're true rumors. Yeah, as are many. And it was I think one of the math teachers was fucking a student who is now like a famous porn star.
Oh, okay. So he had something to do with that.
Or it was just already in motion, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of a chicken and egg.
Yeah, it's interesting because, like, did she become a porn star?
What was that?
It did sound like I was gonna say, did she become a whore? But that really, I kind of
speak up, Bobby.
The listeners do know that I don't know how to talk, so I think that's gonna save me. Yeah, it's not gonna save me from any tweets.
Should we pull them up?
Pull up. Jamie, pull up my tweets from. I'm sorry, pull up my exes.
Pull up the whores.
Ooh, but I mean, this woman is with all due respect, a professional whore.
No, yeah, she's like she's getting her bag.
That's beautiful. You know? Yeah, you'll tell me her name after. Although I am. The listeners know I'm on a porn sabbatical.
Are you really?
For the entirety of 2023.
No, you're not. Really?
Yeah, I'm a crazy person.
Since how long have you been?
It was December 31st of last year.
Oh, really? And what happened? Like,
I sort of like to test myself.
Yeah, but what happened as a result? Like, how has it been?
Like, it's been pretty good. I've been you know, when I had Patty on, he was like, we're two male comedians. We just talked about our dicks the whole time. Now I have a woman guest on and I'm still talking about my dick. Isn't that beautiful?
Well, I did ask you.
You did ask.
Yeah.
Folks, she did ask.
Let the record show.
We have a stenographer in the corner. I have been, okay, because I noticed that I use masturbation as an anxiety relief.
Masturbation
as an anxiety relief. So I was like, if I watch porn less, I'll masturbate less.
And did you?
It's true. Yeah, I'm like a 1 or twice a week kind of guy now.
Really?
Which is, I think, the lowest I've ever been.
That's incredible.
That might be coinciding with me being 33 years old. Like, I'm just less horny in general.
Wow, I didn't know you were 33. You look so much younger. Yeah, I'm doing no nut for this whole week.
Ooh, no. Oh, but not full November.
No,
just the first week.
Yeah.
Okay. My conception of women masturbating is that it doesn't seem to be the affliction that it is for men.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No.
So a week is. I feel like this is all sardonic.
No, I mean, well, I'm just doing it just because sometimes it's like fun. It feels like you're like. This is the way you should be going through the world.
You're being like a good Catholic or whatever.
Well, not even that, but like, it's like you'll have a better sense of like who you do and don't want to actually have sex with.
Yeah, that's
do you know
true.
what I mean by that a little bit?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, a week ago, someone texted me, and then I was like, I did the whole thing where I was like, because I'm going to be vulnerable for the listeners. I've been not lasting long, which is probably related to the not jerking off as much. So I was like, I'm going to.
How long?
Oh, I do the thing where I get however many pumps in and then I stop and then, you know, more foreplay or whatever. But the women know
that's
what
fine.
That is. They know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
now.
but that's fine.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. But then eventually I'm like, all right. And I always wear a condom too, so I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah.
But this woman texted me and she's like, do you want to hang out? And I was like, I'm going to last longer by doing the whole jacking off thing first. Oh, yeah. And then I did that. And then I was like, no. No, I do not. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah. Or what am I saying? I don't know. But that makes sense what you just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because you were saying like seems to be the same thing. You get to decide who do I really want to be with.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, and it can be like a boredom thing too. Not that like I don't know that no, like nobody really cares for women. It's fine, but it's like, yeah, I gotta like read a book or something, you know.
Yeah, it's interesting that like everything you do to leave boredom is like not good. Like you're either like eating junk food,
yeah, totally,
or scrolling social media.
Yeah, it's because like you can't face what you're actually feeling.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
it's a distraction.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why I like meditating, because I feel like for at least 10 minutes a day, I'm not distracting myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm distracting myself with my thoughts, but can't
no,
help
it's
that.
not though. You're turning inward.
Mhm.
Do you listen to Ram Dass?
No, what is that?
Oh, he's like he does like a lot of meditation. He's like a guru kind of.
Ooh,
He's great. He's
Okay.
like, yeah, you should meditate to Ram Dass.
Ram Dass. I do.
Yeah.
I just said do.
do.
I do. I do guided meditation, but
Oh yeah.
I've used a couple of different ones, but I've noticed that whenever the person goes, the moment you realize you're lost in thought, and every time they say that, I am in fact lost in thought.
Yeah, it's like they're a mind reader kind of.
Do you do the thing where you count your breaths like 1 through 10?
No, what is that?
So you're supposed to.
Should we do it right now?
Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah.
And listeners, please
Yeah,
close
please
your
follow
eyes.
along. Yeah.
Unless you're driving, in which case you shouldn't be meditating at all. But you close your eyes, you breathe in through your nose, and out through your mouth, and then you count in through your nose 1, and count out through your mouth 2, and on like that until you reach 10.
Oh, I thought we were gonna do that.
Oh, okay.
No, we should have did that.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
probably bad podcasting.
Yeah. Do you feel calmer now though?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
That's how I get rid of my hiccups, is I do like a mini meditation session.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I rarely make it to 10.
Yeah.
Like when I'm doing guided meditation, I'm like, all I have to do is make it through 10, but then I just think about emails and comedy and relationships and friendships and mistakes.
I know, me too.
Past mistakes and possible future mistakes.
But it all comes flooding in, like, so that's what we're trying to block out, like,
Dude.
in our
Yeah, I have
that's kind of the value of it, you know.
it is, and I'm better for doing it. Like I'd be even worse if I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But like it is a reminder of how like cluttered your mind is.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do you feel like your mind is cluttered?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm less past oriented and more future oriented.
Really?
Yeah, I'm kind of good at being like, well, I fucked up or so and so hurt me, but it is what it is.
Right.
But I just kind of I want to be successful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's most of my anxiety is, will I be successful?
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that makes you a liberal, being future oriented instead of past oriented.
Really?
Remember when that study came out with the liberals and Republicans?
No.
Like, it doesn't matter, but Republicans are more like, what is it? Like, you know, emphasis on tradition, and liberals are more future, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, if anyone starts talking about the founding fathers, I do suspect that they might be right wing, or at least right wing.
Yeah, which is so ridiculous, though. I mean, I've been so agitated today, like about politics. I don't want to talk about politics like at all. But like, I just did this show last night, and somebody got like really upset about a joke that I made. And they yelled out during the next comic set, not even my set. So they didn't even heckle. They heckled about me during a different comic set.
It sounds like you were living in their head rent free,
as they say. But and then everyone at the show was like super cool about it. Like all the comics were cool. The rest of the crowd like came up to me and they were like, "No, we got what you meant. Like we weren't offended. We thought it was funny."
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever. You're like, but then I got 2 angry DMs today from, I think, the people who were at the show. So I've been like really on edge about that.
Yeah, angry DMs.
Yeah.
Damn. Wow. But they were really thinking about you. That's crazy.
Yeah.
The next day,
they were very upset.
I've never got a next day DM from an audience member.
Yeah. Oh,
wow. Do you want to share the joke?
Can I?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll share the joke and like, I guess we'll let the audience decide what they think about it. And like, I just have to say that like, okay, maybe this is not the best joke that I've ever told, but like, just let's focus here on like, what's the premise of the joke? and like the way that they interpreted it and the wrong conclusion that they took from it. Okay, so the joke is like, I'm talking about like the war in the Middle East. Okay, and I'm like,
there's no way that could get people upset.
I know, right? I thought it was a pretty safe topic. Like we're all on the same page about that, right? So the obvious one, which I won't specify. So I'm talking about it. I'm like, at least we have like Instagram to keep us educated, you know? And then I'm like, I saw Reese Witherspoon came out with her take on Israel Palestine, you know? And I was like, thank God, like I can decide now, you know? And then I say, I did notice like in her post, she said something interesting. She said like, as a mother, I am horrified by the children dying in the war. And the joke is like, I'm like, I don't know that you have to be a mother to come to that conclusion. Like, like I wanted to comment, like, as somebody without children, I don't see why everybody's so upset. Okay. All right, thank you. So that's the joke.
That was the joke?
That's the joke.
That is not even a...
That's... First of all, didn't specify which children.
Right.
On purpose.
You didn't take a side.
Exactly.
That's so strange.
It was totally right down the middle. And that was intentional because I'm like, the premise of the joke is, I didn't fucking know I would have to spell it out for people.
Yeah.
But it's that celebrities are like so out of touch and like make the whole thing about them. Like, as a mother, like, what do you mean as a mother? We're all fucking seeing the babies dying. Like, what are you talking about, you know? But this girl, like, in the next comic set, she's like, just don't make a joke about dying babies. That was really fucked up. Oh, and then sounds fun. And then she stormed out in the middle of the show. And then she sent me this angry DM this morning. And I was like gonna not respond, but I was like just too upset about it. So I responded and I like spelled out the premise of the joke because she misquoted me to my, like, she was like, need I remind you that you said I'm like, I don't see why everybody's so upset about babies dying. I'm like, are you stupid?
The least charitable.
Yeah. I'm
just
like,
literally one line.
Yeah, it's totally out of context. Like I was saying like, oh, how absurd would it be? Like this, you know, obviously you get it. So, but so I like spelled it out to her like she was like a fifth grader, and she was like, "No, I got it. Like, I'm familiar with comedy. Like, and then she was like, I just don't think that like you should be making jokes about this at all." And she was like, "There's a reason nobody's making jokes about this." I'm like, okay. We clearly run in different crowds because everybody I know is making jokes about it. So.
Oh man, that's wild.
Yeah.
Dude, she sounds like not fun. You know
I mean, well, people like that, like, they just want to fight. Like,
I think so.
And like, you are the fighting energy of the world, not me. She's acting like 100%. It's coming from me, but it's coming from her. Like, she's like fucking coming at me so aggressively. You know what I mean? Like. Yeah,
and that's a weird. You know what's funny too is that she heckled the comedian after you. It's because she didn't even
have the balls to do it during my set.
Well, maybe that. I was also thinking like that's how much time she needed to collect her response.
Yeah, I think so too. Because she was drunk too, so she was just like
it's the worst,
just reeling for 5 minutes. She's like
drunk audience.
Yeah,
members, dude.
Yeah.
I can't stand them.
Yeah, they're the worst.
Yeah.
But that was last night, so I'm like, I've been like, I think like agitated all day just thinking about that, especially receiving that message. I'm like, because it's like, as much as I'm like, I know she's stupid and whatever, and other people got it, I'm like I hate being misunderstood, and like, it just bothers me, you know?
Yeah, being misunderstood, and also, well, two things together. Being misunderstood and then also someone being like willfully ignorant.
Yeah, totally.
Because I don't think at any point like I get why you did it, but it was probably time not served well. Where you were like,
to her?
Yeah.
Oh, totally. Yeah. I mean, I knew how it was gonna end as soon as I was doing it, but I was like.
The only thing that couldn't happen or wouldn't happen is her go, "Oh, you're right. Malia, I'm sorry, I get it now."
I know. In my head, I was like, she's gonna see what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I I don't know. People's like perception of you is like I feel it can be completely like not incongruent with reality.
You just have to know what you mean. Like, I know what I meant by it. Because the other thing is, like, if people were laughing, like, I really think in comedy, like, the consensus, like, tends toward the right thing. Like, I really don't believe if I got on stage and was like, hey, fuck all those babies dying, right? Like, I don't think anybody would have been on my side. You would have been in the right there then, you know? But because I wasn't saying that, people laughed. Like, you know, it's like that. The majority like usually takes care of like the more like I think like the moral like these people who try to fucking impose their morality onto comedy, like there already is like moral boundaries that are like baked into the reaction that you get from comedy. You know what I mean? Like I don't think people would just laugh at like maybe like very, very like certain subgroups of people like. But, like, when you get, like, a mix of people together, I don't think they would just laugh at something that's, like, blatantly fucked up, you know?
Yeah, I think, well, we've both done open mics, so we've seen people that are not good at comedy.
Yeah.
And it just feels like hate speech.
Yeah, and nobody laughs at that.
Yeah.
In a general sense.
No.
That doesn't really get laughs.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's the fact that I've been heckled. I've never gotten a next day DM. That's...
Yeah, she was super upset.
Yeah. Damn. I feel like she's just not fun. I feel like she's not fun.
Yeah.
I feel like even in her circle of friends, people roll their eyes when she speaks.
I mean, those people tend to surround themselves with like people who are exactly like that. Though,
yeah, that's
you know?
true. Oh
but this is what always gets me too, is like those people. Sorry, I'm like anxiously fidgeting with this.
Ooh.
But this is what is it?
It's a bottle cap.
A bottle cap.
Listening.
This is Home Depot. This looks like the Home Depot.
We're glad you're here. Well, the color scheme is Home Depot. I think.
Yeah. So you see.
I'm trying to cultivate a Home Depot aesthetic.
Yeah, I like that. This is a super cool setup, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I have nothing to do with it, but I appreciate the compliment.
Sorry, my ADHD is like running wild right now.
You have ADHD?
I don't know. I don't actually think so. But this is the thing that gets me about people like that is like they're so up in arms about these hypothetical people that they don't know. You know, like this is like how people were during COVID too, like up on their moral high horse. Like if you don't get vaccinated, then you fucking want everybody to die. And like, but
what
then
accent was that?
Huh?
What accent was that?
Oh, that's just a liberal arts school cunt.
Okay.
And then it's like, but then they're an asshole to every real person that they do know. So it's like, sure, these hypothetical people that you're protecting, but everybody around you, those are real people that you're being a total piece of shit to, you know? Like, and whatever, it's like you can have your like beliefs about things, but like, I mean, I just can't stand, because I went to a liberal arts school, I'm like all too familiar with this type of person who like, they just want to moralize at you. That's all they want to do. Like, it's not even about the particular issue.
Yeah. Yeah, and they should, instead of like using that to feel superior, they should like get a hobby or maybe like get really good at a skill.
Yeah. And like maybe like try to put yourself out there and like try to do something like comedy and like see how it fucking feels. Sorry, I joked about a thing you didn't want me to joke about.
Yeah, that would I feel like anybody that's heckled during a comedy show should be forced to do comedy themselves
immediately after.
Yeah,
totally.
And not in a room with their friends in a room full of strangers.
Dude, that's an amazing idea for a show. We call it the hecklers and line them up and have them try to do comedy.
Okay, nice. Hell yeah. Well, then you're just going to have comics going to that show and heckling in the show.
Yeah, and then it becomes I don't know what happens after that. Yeah.
Inception. Okay, cool. So, you like to meditate. Would you say you're a morning person or evening person?
Oh, it's time.
It's time.
Oh, boy. I could feel it coming, too. I saw something changed in you. I knew it was about to happen.
The gleam in my eye. The one question I ask everybody, it is time to ask it.
Morning or a night?
Yeah. Or
well,
what do you think?
Well, comedy kind of forces you to be a night person, but I'm not naturally, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think I'm naturally a morning person.
Same.
Really?
It's an affliction.
It's an affliction?
I think so. Affliction might be too strong of a word, but I do feel like I would be like if comedy could happen if the last comedy show could end at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
When I go home and have a nice meal and then watch TV for a half hour before I fall asleep at 9:30.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
But there is kind of something like that happens late at night that is undeniable, where you feel like more like you can speak more freely, kind of.
Okay.
You don't think?
Yeah, no, I get that. I think we've talked about it in the podcast before. It's like easier to build intimacy with someone. I don't mean just like romantic intimacy, but like if you're talking at night versus.
Yeah, I've always thought that. Yeah, like at sleepovers, how you'd get real close with people because it's like dark and it feels like protected somehow. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I imagine maybe it's the same thing if you maybe like camping if you wake up like super early or hunting. I've never been hunting before.
Yeah, camping is fun.
Yeah, I haven't done it in years. When I was in Boy Scouts, for some reason we did camping during the winter.
Oh.
I don't understand what the point of that was. I think it was to teach us to be men, but I didn't learn about how to be a man that day. I have no idea. Okay, cool. So we're on the same page there. Do you have a morning routine? Is there something you do every day?
I get my coffee from the same place, which I love doing, and that everyone is so cool. I fucking love that place. It's called Silver Moon Bakery.
Guys, go to Silver Moon Bakery.
Yeah, it's on the Upper West Side.
Ooh.
The people there are like the coolest. They give you this little punch card and they give you a free coffee after everyone, and they're just like they just have the best vibes in there. And I mean, well, I tutor, so that kind of dictates my schedule. But I don't.
Audio's still good.
Hell yeah.
Audio's been rolling all the time. Video's going again.
That's okay.
Okay.
Audio is the more
Yeah,
important
they're trying
part.
to silence us, Bobby.
I hate
Yeah,
being silenced,
I know.
dude. That woman
Yeah.
from the crowd
I was gonna say, that's the woke media.
Connor, are you part of the woke media?
No, I don't.
I love you trying to earnestly answer a ridiculous question.
You're good to go again.
Oh, we're good to go again. Hell yeah. All right. Yeah. I drink coffee every morning.
Yeah.
But I make my own coffee
Oh,
because I'm trying to save money.
that helps a lot.
Yeah.
I just love the ritual of getting coffee.
Yeah, it is fun when you get a cup of coffee,
Yeah.
and especially from like a cart in the morning, and the guy calls you my friend. That's a
That's
good
exactly. You feel like you have a little bond.
feeling. Yeah.
But it's never gonna advance beyond that.
hmm
But you still feel like good inside.
I had that thing when I used to go to my. I used to work near Union Square, and there was a Egyptian guy, and he would always give me a cup of coffee and then a free snack cake.
Aw.
And I thought that was cool.
What's a snack cake?
It's like a pound cake. I don't know why I said snack cake. That sounds very that sounds like someone that doesn't speak English as a native
Yeah,
language.
that sounds like a British like gave me a free little pip pop
He gave
with
me
the kid cop.
Oh, sticky wicket. Get another snack cake, will you? I actually can't do any accents. But yeah, he used to give me a pound cake and a cup of coffee, but then he said the N-word once, so I stopped going.
How did that come up in like the 2-minute interaction?
I don't remember. But I remember we got like comfortable, like we knew each other's names at some point. Like we moved beyond my friend or my brother
To my N-word?
to my Yeah. He just he listened to too much hip hop and then
Got a little carried away.
he got a little carried away. Yeah. And then you know what? It was a combination of two things. One, I didn't want to give a guy that says the N-word my money, but also
Yeah.
two, I can't be eating pound cake every day.
Mm.
It honestly, if I'm being completely honest with myself,
It was more the pound cake.
probably more
it
the
was
pound cake.
I knew it was more the pound cake thing.
It was marble pound cake, so it would be like yellow but also black.
Mm.
Maybe that's how it came up.
Mm.
Like how some people call Brazilian nuts N-word toes.
Do they?
Mhm.
Do they though?
Mhm.
Who,
Not just my
who
grandma.
Who are
It
these?
can't just be my grandma.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who are these people though?
I have speaking of which, I love this story. My dad told me that his grandmother, so my great grandmother, used to play Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo with him. But I don't know if you, Malia, know the original Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo.
I'm scared. Why am I
The
scared right now?
tiger is let's just say the tiger is a new character.
What are you talking about, dude?
Eeny,
Wait,
Meeny-
how does the tiger? Oh, the tiger catches
you catch
toe?
a tiger by the
catches
toe.
the tiger by his toe.
Mhm.
What's the original? Oh, I'm slow on that. I'm a little slow on that. Oh,
Yeah.
that's why you're saying this right now. That's awful.
Yeah, and my dad heard my great grandmother playing this game, right? And one day his sister had her black friend over, and my great grandmother knew that a black person was in the house, but she had this kind of just old lady mentality of like, what? It's just a game. It's just eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It's
Dude,
not, it don't mean
That's
anything
so
by it.
fucked.
Yeah. So he remembers this as a vivid memory, like his mom, her daughter just rushing into the room and going, "Mom, no, you can't." And then then people use the tiger instead.
Is that real? That's
It's a real story.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
And we still just play that like,
You just change the word, I guess.
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of the old timey stuff is like any of those like Huckleberry Finn and all that stuff. It's just gonna be there,
For sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, but Huckleberry Finn was a good one, wasn't it?
That was his friend Jim.
His I never read the book, to be honest. But
I haven't. I don't think I have either.
Yeah.
I didn't read a lot of books that you were supposed to read as a child. I read the first Harry Potter and decided it was awful.
Really?
Yeah. Are you a Harry Potter person?
I've never read Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm. I read the first book and I watched the first movie, and then I was 12 and I was like, I get it. It's not my thing.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Over
Yeah,
Harry Potter.
I'm not like other boys.
Ahead of your time.
Mhm.
You were like, fuck this transphobe. I'm
Oh
not
no,
gonna-
I like J.K. Rowling is very cool. But her books suck.
Her politics, great.
Yeah.
Her
I don't even fully understand what her politics are, other than she's
that's
like,
just she just one day was like, I'm gonna talk about trans people.
yeah.
But she wasn't like, I don't know about her other politics.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be alt-right Harry Potter. That'd be pretty good.
Oh.
Yeah. It's with the scar instead of one thunderbolt, it's
It's
two.
a swastika.
Yeah. Which is just Charles Manson.
Right.
Hell yeah, dude. Okay, so
yeah,
coffee
dude.
every day.
Yeah.
Breakfast? Do you eat breakfast?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I usually there's like a deli by my house that has like a really great breakfast wrap. I'm like, I like breakfast wraps. Yeah. Like something like really hot. It has to be super hot, like almost like about to scald my mouth off hot.
Interesting. Okay. just to wake you up, just to kick you in the face. to
No,
get
it's
your
just
day
like
started?
I get like really hungry in the morning. So when I'm really hungry, I like need something really hot for some reason. Does that make sense?
Dude, people that it makes 100% sense. I don't understand people that don't eat breakfast. I'm like, you just weren't eating for 8 hours.
Oh yeah.
8 hours you
I get
didn't eat.
so hungry in the morning.
I have to almost right away.
Yeah, me
I've been
too.
Trying not to eat right away because
But people act like you're insane when you do that.
Mhm,
Yeah, have you noticed that?
mhm.
Like you go, like you're staying with someone, you go make breakfast. They're like, "Oh, somebody's hungry." Like, what are you talking about? It's the morning.
Dude, I think most people are hungry and dehydrated and they don't know it.
Well, also they eat at really late at night sometimes. Like I don't really eat really late at night that often, unless I'm like out super late.
Mhm.
You know, this goes
Oh.
back to us being morning people, I guess.
Maybe
I think so.
maybe that's like if you're oriented towards the time you're oriented towards is also the time you're hungry.
Yeah,
That does sort of kind of
because you're
make
like,
sense.
let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got
Yeah.
shit to do. Yeah, I was staying with people staying with a friend of mine when I was in Tennessee, and he didn't get it at all at first.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm. And like Tennessee, like we were in Chattanooga, Tennessee, which is a major city in Tennessee, but you still need a car to like go anywhere.
Oh, so you were like reliant on
I
him
was,
to
like,
get food.
stuck.
Dude, I was just in the same position in Austin. I was like starving the whole time.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of crazy. Like I always carry around like fruits and vegetables in my backpack because I'm like, what if the train is stuck?
Yeah, I always have food too.
Dude, I love eating.
Yeah.
People should eat. People should. I 2,000 calories a day.
That's
At
the
least.
standard.
Mhm.
Yeah. What's it called? The total daily standard. No.
Yeah, it's something like that. I
yeah.
know. I gave you that look because I'm like, fuck. I also don't know what it's called, but I do know what you're talking about. I'm eating at a slight calorie deficit now, so I'm actually eating.
You're trying to lose weight?
I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight.
You don't need to lose weight.
I need to lose a little bit because
I don't.
I was in Tennessee a few days ago.
Do you have body dysmorphia, Bobby?
It's not
Men have, it's an unknown,
Mm-hmm.
underrated.
Well, I don't feel super fat, but I feel like I do need to like I'm conscious of what my body looks like. You know what I
But
mean?
you don't look like you have like any extra fat on your body.
Yes. Well, yeah, you might be right about the body dysmorphia. I feel like my body fat is a little higher than I like it to be. Because I had this 1 week excursion in the South,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm in the South, which is they don't know how to not fry things.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah,
And
for
then
sure.
also I drove there and back, and it's like I get why truckers are more
Are
often
fat.
than because
Because they're seated for so long.
they're seated for
Yeah.
so long, and then I've never
Oh,
seen
the stops on the way are like fast food. Yeah.
the one day the only thing I could get was like McDonald's. I got McDonald's. I ate McDonald's twice like a crazy person.
Yeah. This is making me hungry, actually.
Yeah. And I have vegetables in my backpack.
Really?
If you want to pause the podcast.
Oh, no, we don't need to pause it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go to a deli or something after.
Hell yeah, dude. I had Chipotle before this.
Yeah.
Actually, because
Is there a Chipotle near here?
There is.
Really?
It is like 5 minutes. That's where when I texted you, I was saying I was 5 minutes away is because I was walking from that Chipotle. I'll tell you where the Chipotle is.
Okay.
What's your Chipotle order?
I don't even really go to Chipotle. I don't have like an order.
Ooh. I get the same thing every time.
What is it?
White rice.
Yeah.
No beans.
Oh, I like the beans.
I can't handle beans.
Oh, wait, they make you fart.
They make me fart.
Oh, yeah.
They actually give me TMI painful shits. I don't know what that is about.
Painful shits?
Painful shits.
You said that with an accent. Painful shits?
Yeah. And chicken
Yeah.
and corn and guacamole and lettuce.
What about cheese?
No cheese.
No cheese.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep the fat off my body.
Dude, whatever.
Mhm.
You look great. You don't need to.
Can we clip that?
Men,
Connor, can we clip her saying I look great?
I've noticed like men be having body dysmorphia
Mhm.
and not knowing that they have it.
I don't know if it's
But- Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
No, I'm
Please.
I'm interested in what you have to say.
I took the mic away. Well, because they'll be like, especially guys who are like into weightlifting,
Mhm.
they'll be like, "Oh, I'm just into lifting," and then they'll be like, "I'm eating like 187 calories today and working out 5 times a day, and I need to lose weight and also get bigger." And it's like, that's an eating disorder.
Mhm. I think it's a guy being pretty cool.
Agree to disagree on that one.
I do like working out, and I feel like it's like 90% nutrition though. So I see like some
It
guys
is,
in the
yeah.
gym and they're like very strong, but they're also like very fat.
Yeah, for
You know what I
sure.
mean? So
Well,
nutrition-
no. More power to you on that. But I think it's like a matter of degree of like how much does it overwhelm your thoughts and like make you anxious. Like if you're not like constantly worried about it, then you're chilling. But if you're like constantly thinking about it, then that seems to be an issue.
Yeah. I'll have birthday cake.
Yeah.
Like on my birthday.
Okay.
That's my
eating disorder.
relationship to
Let the
Maybe.
let the audience decide.
Guys, let me know if you think I
Right.
have an eating disorder. But I don't. Okay, so I'm a short, handsome man, and therefore I feel like there's kind of a little more pressure for me to have a nice body. I feel like if I was like because you could be a tall, skinny dude, and that's like a cool guy.
Yeah.
To be. But if you're a short, skinny
Yeah.
dude, you just look like a little boy.
Yeah, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I do not have an eating disorder.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Although, I don't know. What about the old personality? You know, that's a.
I've had a great personality my whole
All
life.
right.
It's never gotten my dick sucked.
How do you know? How do you know what was the thing that got your dick sucked?
I do know that it happened with more frequency the more I started to take care of my body. I think the
But
body
also,
is.
it could be correlated to how you felt about yourself too. No.
Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't know the height thing was important until I got a dating app. At like 23 or 24.
But dating apps are one pool of people who it's already very superficial. You know what I mean? Like it's like you're entering it's like trying to get into like a New York City nightclub.
Okay.
Like of course like they're gonna just look at how you look. You know what I mean? But like that doesn't necessarily represent like the general population. You know?
Interesting. I'll consider it. I'll
Do what you want.
I do think personality is important, but I do think, okay, let's do a thought experiment.
Okay.
Is there someone that is so ugly that it doesn't matter how great their personality is?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think that the threshold is a lot lower than people sometimes realize.
Okay.
Or that men realize. Because for
Yes.
women, I think that's what it is. I can't really speak for men, but I would imagine it's a little bit higher for men.
Interesting. Yeah, I do think because this incel phenomenon, which is by the way the name of my other podcast. I do think it's a thing. I do think there are some people some people are genetically fucked.
Yeah.
You know, Louis has a joke about this.
I was just thinking about that. No one will kiss them on the mouth.
No one touches their genitals their entire life. They just wash it and then they die.
Yeah.
And I think more men put themselves in that category than is necessary.
I agree. Because I've seen men who put themselves in that category, and I'm like, that's not true at all. Like I know women who are down, but you don't even know.
Interesting. Oh, I'm the king of not getting signals. I will say that.
Okay. Yeah, but also then don't go thinking that everything's a signal.
That's true. And honestly, I'm so of the I would rather be wrong about.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, like, just have that in the back of your head, like, oh, maybe, and then it's like that'll make you feel better about yourself. And I mean, don't you think that just in general, like, there's nothing more appealing than somebody who like feels good about themselves and is like doing what they want to do?
Unless it's delusion, because then
but that's not what I mean. I don't mean like a narcissist. I mean like someone who's like in possession of themselves in a real way.
Okay.
You know, somebody who knows who they are.
Someone who knows who they are. Yeah, that's probably more attractive.
You should put that on your Tinder bio. I know who I am.
Hell yeah.
It's so intense.
Actually, my Tinder bio is if you play your cards right, I'll tell you why McClellan was a bad general.
I think you. I was thinking that for a guy, it'd be a funny Tinder bio to just say, "Please fuck me."
Yeah, I'm sure some are not that far away from the truth, dude. Yeah, I feel like the Tinder dates I've gone on, she's like, I like that your first message wasn't sexual. And I'm like, damn, the bar's so low.
Oh, yeah. Oh, can I read you this message I got the other
Please
day?
do. Yes.
It's, this is like gonna make you uncomfortable to hear this. Because I've showed this to guys before and they get uncomfortable when they hear it.
Okay.
Like,
but this is only a portion of what any woman experiences on a dating app.
So he swipes up on a photo of me.
Okay.
And he says, "Can I be honest?" And because I'm curious, I said yes. I should have probably known where this was leading. But he said, "You're so adorable, I'd almost feel bad ruining you."
You're right. I am uncomfortable, dude.
Yeah, I know. It always makes guys uncomfortable when I say this to them. And then I didn't say anything, but then on Halloween, I thought it'd be funny. So I said, "Want to exchange taint pics?" And then he didn't respond. And then on Monday, I said, "So?" And he said, "Never on here. Text me 917-848-7."
Okay,
Don't bleep that out. I'm sure he'd be happy to receive a message. He's probably waiting at his phone right now with his cock in his hand.
God damn. What did you think the response was going to be?
It's probably worked for him before.
You think? Okay.
I mean, I don't know. There are probably some people who are like, I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe he's just so horny that he's like, I'll take.
Is he okay? I know it's hard to say objectively because you were introduced to him by the creepy message, but is he attractive?
I didn't even look, but I'll take a look.
Okay. She's looking, folks.
So his first photo is him like curling a bar.
Oh, okay. I'm
Um,
jealous of his arms. That's for sure.
He has like a really ripped body.
Holy shit.
But
Dude, I'm so depressed. This
he
is my fucking competition.
so yeah, but dude, like, but like that doesn't really matter. Like, at least to me, like,
Mhm.
then he goes, swipe right if you think you can handle a psychological breakdown of your profile. So I guess that
Yikes.
was the psychological breakdown of my profile.
I think someone's having a psychological breakdown.
What?
Damn. That's very okay. For those just listening, I guess for those watching too, because you didn't show it to the
Yeah.
camera. He's a conventionally attractive man,
Yeah.
tall, ripped, and if I saw him on the street, I'd be like, "That's got to be a normal guy."
Oh yeah, and then he messaged you and he's like, "Can I rape you, please?"
Really? Well,
No,
he did
no.
say please. Is that
He didn't
the
say
worst
that.
message you've ever gotten?
Probably not, but that's the one I remember. But one thing that's funny is like,
She's going through her phone, folks.
no, I don't want to go through my phone on the podcast. Yeah, but that was just so crazy. And when I showed guys and they get so blown away by it,
Mhm.
but I'm like, it is like not that. It is a pretty common occurrence on like, especially something like Tinder, to get a message like that, because Tinder is like turned into a wasteland.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah, for men, it's like mostly sex workers. Like it's,
Really?
and they're trying to trick us too. I don't know why. Because if I wanted a sex worker, I could find one.
Right.
It's not difficult.
Is it? It's really mostly sex workers?
It's like that or like bots. You know what I mean? The sex workers trying to trick me into paying for sex is particularly interesting to me though. Because they'll be like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I'm like, "Good, how are you?" And she's like, "Nothing much, just groceries are really expensive. $sign, $sign. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it'd be like that sometimes." And they're like,
$sign.
by the way, I'm not
What's
on
the
here
dollar?
very much. Here's like, you could go to this
and
link
it's
or
like some
whatever."
guy in India, and he's like,
Dude. Yeah, some guy in India is very busy right now because I remember, because they always tell on themselves too, because they're not very good. A lot of times they're not native English speakers. And because I remember asking this one quote unquote woman on a dating app where she was from, and she said, "I'm from the United States of America."
she's like, to which it stands, one nation under God. Yeah, one time I got spammed by by PayPal. There was like this big PayPal scam where, like, when you Google like PayPal number, it like comes up on Google. Someone had like hacked into the Google page and put in like a scam number.
Okay.
So I called them and I was like, they had me on the hook for a while because it was like the fucking under the PayPal website. Like, but anyway, yeah, it was like this guy in India, and he was like, at one point he was like, okay, you need to like, this was when I was 16, by the way. So if you think I'm stupid, this is because I was 16. But he was like, you need to like drive to GameStop and like buy this like Apple card for me or whatever. And then I was like about to do it, and he was like on the phone. He was like, I was like, "Are you sure?" And he was like, "Yes, ma'am. This is PayPal." And I was like, that's when I was like, I don't think PayPal would say this is.
Yeah, this is PayPal.
This is PayPal.
Oh no.
That's always how you know, right?
I remember one time, before I ever did stand up, but I knew I wanted to be in show business. And I, as I point to the camera and wink, but I remember one time, I got this ad to do background work, and I was like, "Oh, background work. That's like acting, right? That's how I get into the business." And there was this like Eastern European woman, and she was like, "So yeah, it's $35 an hour, which is not how background work works. You don't get $35 an hour.
Yeah, it sounds a little steep.
Yeah, you get, I think, a bagel.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a bagel and a
You pay them $35.
yeah, exactly. So she's like, yeah, it's $35 an hour, and you could do it full time. So you could 40 hours a week doing background work. I'm like, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. She's like, "Yep, that's how background work works." I'm like, fucking fantastic. And by the way, I'm not 16, I'm 24. And she goes, "Yeah, so just give me your credit card information because that's how we need to get started." And that's when the alarm bells went off. But she was, dude, honestly.
2 minutes into the conversation. Yeah, so what's the CVV?
Yeah, dude. And I'm like, I kept her on the phone for a while because I was just like curious,
You're like, yeah, tell me.
Yeah. Yeah, I was jacking off. I was jacking
You
off to a
scam her
woman
right
scamming
back.
me.
What are you gonna do with my credit card? Tell me again, Mom.
And I'm like, don't send this video of me jacking off to anybody. And you're like, I didn't ask for it.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, especially not my cousin Kelsey.
Well, Malia, if people want to send you creepy DMs, where can they do it?
What? Oh, at Malia Simon on Instagram, please. The DMs are always open.
Hell yeah. And
Yeah.
this, so it's Sunday. The episode's going to come out next Sunday. Do you have anything to plug?
No, just my Instagram, really.
All
I'm
right.
a stand-up comedian, so you can check me out there.
Hell yeah. Definitely check out Malia. You've been a great guest. We'll have you back on for sure.
Thanks so much, Bob. It's been a
And
pleasure.
remember, folks, early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Oh.
I'm just playing night owls. You know I love you.